Welcome to Mystic Moons. How are you? I'm still sleepy myself, but I want to do a little aware and beware messages from Spirit before I ended the day. Of course, my cat is all conked out on the cushion. He's completely conked out. Yes, I am sleeping. I am Chi and I am sleeping. I want to go and check out some messages from Spirit. I do want to use my little omelet confetti too. So let me just get that out. Is that everything? Almost. All right. Good enough. So, messages from Spirit. What to be aware and beware of? Let's find out. So, the first message, I think I'll pull a tarot. One fell out. I have the King of Wands. King of Wands. Let's see. King of Wands has impossible. We'll get some moon cards on it. I have sadist, months, and wood. So wood is, I believe it's friendly to fire, right? Wood is creativity. Let me say I do have some words on here. Spring, Jupiter, creativity, east, the direction of east, the color green, direction of southeast, tiger, rabbit, and dragon. Well, spring is coming up. One could say the planetary, days for Jupiter would be Thursdays. But also, too, we could think about the expansive nature of Jupiter, right? And that goes hand in hand with King of Wands. Anyway, we have a sadist and something in months. Has it been developing in months? Has this person been coming up in months? What exactly has been impossible to? I'm going to pull a card for months. I have regret. For months, I have rarely. And for months, I have someone who has harbored feelings for someone that's impossible. That's getting interesting, is it not? Get a few more cards here on this aware and beware. Actually, let's go continue with the moon cards. So I have a King of Wands, wood, sadist, and months. Some cards that flipped over there. So I have toxic. Let's see. I have toxic, I have gold spoon, I have good news. Well, I have someone who has opportunities, definitely, with King of Wands. I keep on saying Knight. I wonder why. I have King of Wands. I have someone who is an entrepreneur, entrepreneurial spirit. This person is doing well for themselves with gold spoon. This person is into initiating things. This person is not the most sensitive person. Also, too, with regret, as that slip of paper that we got, this one, regret. One could say this person sort of invites pain as well to continually harp upon regret. But what is this good news and what is toxic? For that, I'll pull some tarot. Good news. Good news, I have 8 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Good news is this person is going to go and approach. How direct will they be? Well, I don't know how direct or forthcoming or transparent they'll be, but this person is definitely going to interact. This person is ready now. 8 of Cups, 5 of Swords, Page of Swords to interact. Could that be the good news? Could the good news be something that is a little shocking and toxic? Page of Cups, 10 of Swords, and Magician. Toxic, someone's trying to revitalize or create a connection that's best left dead, best left gone. I wonder if I should continue. For some people, I don't know if this is a past person. I do have past person energy here. 8 of Cups implies a return to something that you've abandoned in this energy. 10 of Swords, that implies that there was an ending, and then I have someone here trying to revitalize something. Is that really good news? We have 2 contrasting things. Toxic. I have controlling. And good news. Medium length hair and soulmate. So for some people, a soulmate is coming back with medium length hair. Could be your hair. If it's not medium length, could be theirs. Signs I have Aquarius, Pisces. I have fire, I have air, I have water. Most notably, I have Aquarius, Gemini, Pisces. But of course, we're going into Pisces season 2. So keep that in mind. Person could have strong fire placements, strong air placements, and perhaps they have a water placement somewhere around their emotionality, around their moon, around their Venus, maybe around their Mars. Let's get some more messages. Maybe they could have it too. Could they have it too around their Jupiter with that wood? It's a question to think about. Well, let's go on to another message. It's got a little see, are they all the same way? They don't seem to be. we can address that really quickly. At least for the bulk of them. All right, let me just shuffle this and we'll get another message. Something in weeks. What is coming within weeks? See my little kitty's feet. She's scratched. She's so cute. Let's see. What is coming within weeks? Let's see. Weeks. I have the end. I have fate. I have missing. Oh, for some, within weeks, a new phase is beginning, a new phase that's faded. Will finally some sort of gap be filled with missing. I'm going to pull a few more. So on fate shortly came up. I don't know if you can see that. Let me take a chunk. Make sure it's aligned. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to put 3 more for what's happening within weeks. Those are too many. I have sneaky, silver spoon, and cold. Well, something is sneaking around. Cold could be the season. I have looks good together. I have mountain, which I personally put that in to convey hurdles, but it could be literal. Something never experienced before. Let's see, for fate. I have it upside down. Funny. I have an upside down 9 of swords. Was upside down. 9 of swords, I'm going to throw a card to clarify that. The tower. So a change is finally coming under fate, a fated change. A change of perception. An opportunity you can't ignore. The end. 4 of Cups. A decision about what, either where best to spend your life or how you've been spending your life. Whatever you've been doing thus far with your household. Some changes are coming to that. Missing. 8 of Wands. 3 of Cups. Well, a lively social scene is missing. Or at least connections that are there to support you and move you forward. That's missing. Sneaky. Getting an offer that's not necessarily made transparently. An offer that's coming to you based upon some really deep guilt, deep regret. Could be or could not be related to you. And cold. I have a King of Wands again. And I do have some upside down cards. I'm like, who put upside down cards in this? Oh, well. So, 7 of Pentacles upside down. Clarifying a King of Wands, basically an ill-prepared King of Wands. Either an ill-prepared King of Wands or a King of Wands that's not ready to give, not prepared to give, not very organized, has nothing to offer too. Could be a King of Wands with nothing to offer, with an upside down. This 7 of Pentacles was upside down. And thus that could be why this person is cold to begin with. Within weeks, it's almost like meeting as well a King of Wands that seems like they have something to offer, but in reality, it's just hot air. Silver spoon, Ace of Swords, and the Sun. Okay, so for some of you, you got big changes coming up in weeks. I really do think that your perception of what you have to work with is going to be changed in this energy. 9 of Swords, clarified by the Tower underneath Fate. Something is coming, a big change is coming massively. I don't really think you're going to expect it. But let me say too, I think this Tower and this Fate is a good change. I think it's a good change primarily because 8 of Wands and 3 of Cups is what's missing. What's missing is is momentum and movement and color and life and support for the message I have here that's coming in weeks. So, there needs to be a shakeup and there needs to be a change. What person can live without movement, color, vitality, life, growth, friendship, connections, activity? I do think for some of you as well within weeks, the very structure of your household will be changed in some way. Something here will be changed. I do think this change is something that will not catch you by surprise. Whether this is moving, whether this is you perhaps joining family with another group of people, another person. There's some sort of changes going on with your household, your core, your center itself. And I do think this is something that you have been deliberating upon. You're going to make a definite change. You're going to have the opportunity to make that definite change. And cold. Well, this cold is a little... I still could go diving into this cold a little bit, but these are short readings. I just wanted to check out what was to be aware or aware of. All I know is that I do have a King of Wands here who is in some way ill prepared for the collaboration this person seeks to have with you. They're ill prepared in some way. Whether they don't have resources or time or effort or energy or even advice to share, or whether they hide it, whether they keep it to themselves. There's something off about this King of Wands and what the King of Wands can do and what the King of Wands will actually do. There's something going to be lacking about collaboration with a King of Wands. So keep that in mind. I do think within weeks, some money is going to appear or get better for you guys within weeks. Within weeks, there's going to be a little leveling up of your own resources. Maybe, too, that's something to keep in mind with this King of Wands and this placed, maladjusted Seven of Pentacles. There could be a flip side in which you are getting some stability and your finances are improving in some way, and you are likewise going to be meeting, or someone's going to try and collaborate with you, and something about their finances is going to be off. Their resources is going to be off. What they're willing to give, how generous they are, doesn't necessarily have to be money. As I said, it could be advice, good advice. It could be also their time. All those things also apply with Pentacles. Valuable things that are both tangible and not tangible. I do think the most valuable thing we all can offer is time. Time, empathy, and understanding. And I do think that Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles incorporates that. So keep that in mind with that King of Wands. And also, too, I think an offer is coming your way. But that offer is going to be made not transparently. They're going to hide the real reason for the offer. I don't know if they've been rejected before, if this is a job offer. Maybe the previous candidate said no thank you. Maybe if you're dealing with someone else, could be very well related to that King of Wands. Maybe that King of Wands is precisely dealing with you because they got rejected in some way. Either way, you're getting an offer, and that offer, the reason for that offer is rooted in someone else's angst. We'll just call it that. Whatever that angst may be, whether it's monetary or emotional. Well, there's emotional. Five of Swords. Excuse me, Five of Cups. It got rejected in some way. Just things to keep aware of. Let's go on to the next message. Let's see. Another message. Back one moment. I'll be back in 1 second. All right. For our next message, I'm going to draw from here. I have Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy, King of Wands. Who is this King of Wands that keeps on coming up? This is third time that the King of Wands specifically has made an appearance. Do I have a fire sign? Well, I definitely have someone who is expanding their territory, King of Wands, overall. Someone who is expanding also their own boundaries. Someone who's open to change. Someone who thrives on change. Someone who's approaching you who believes that to investigate the possibilities, it's worth it for them to extend themselves. But it is very curious that I have King of Wands appearing now the third time with the third reading. I guess I will also say, too, King of Wands is someone who feels deeply. Especially in the energy that I have here. I have the King of Wands who feels very deeply. And that energy, interestingly enough, for the King of Wands I have right now, King of Wands energy, feeling deeply in King of Wands energy has been building up for quite a period of time. I do have Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands, when I have a pair, I do consider that soulmate energy. I will also say I consider us to have multiple soulmates, and we also have the capacity to create new soulmate connections. Just don't want anyone to get hung up on, pulling an energy and it's soulmate energy and maybe it resounds with you. Because, too, I do want people to keep in mind that with some of the energies, they're fickle, right? Yes, I'll speak to that person. No, I'll never speak to that person again. Right? Things change. And then they vacillate back and forth between that. So sometimes that energy can be picked up. Just because it's soulmate energy doesn't necessarily mean it's your only soulmate, and it doesn't necessarily mean, fireworks and frosting or something like that. Good things. Cat whiskers and toe beans. All right. So, but I do have a Six of Cups. Six of Cups does match the energy of what that King of Cups, not King of Cups, King of Wands, that King of Wands energy of someone who's been slowly building up more and more conviction. And also, too, let me say, in this particular pull that I have in my hands, more and more, realization of that soulmate connection, that the fact that two people meeting, well, let's just say, energies meeting, right? There are unique frequencies to all of us. That's why, too, even if you go by astrology, you just can't necessarily say sun sign and that's that. I mean, we have all these other components that make up our natal chart, for instance, of who we are. And then you add in our background and how we were raised and where we were raised and who we were raised with and what we do and how do we spend our lives and what do we eat and what do we do with our day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, all of those things make us unique. So therefore, when the energy that I have in the King of Wands, I have somebody who realizes or is starting to realize, has realized that a connection point to someone else, no matter how long, no matter how brief, if you actually connected sincerely, I mean, that's a gift. Doesn't matter necessarily who you connected with. If you connected with someone older, younger, male, female, cat, dog, etc., human, right? But a connection in itself is a precious gift. Hello, Christina. Yes, nice to meet you. And thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the energy that I have here. And that's the energy that is someone has been realizing. And interesting, again, I've had King of Wands 3 times here. I don't know if that's the same King of Wands, but what I will say is that I'm feeling that I'm pulling on the same energetic trend. And as that energetic trend, I'm exploring it. It sort of veers off into tributaries, right? Like a river or a reservoir that streams off or trails off into various lakes or various streams. So 6 of Cups. Six of Cups, I have the 7 of Wands. I have a Knight of Wands. I do have Judgment here in the bottom, Judgment here, a font, 5 of Cups, that 5 of Cups energy coming up again too. In the World, 2 of Cups. Someone's wondering exactly what kind of wiggle room do they have? What kind of right or agency do they have? What tools do they have at their disposal to try and recoup some losses? You know, when you have a realization of a situation, how can you remedy it? How can you remedy it according to, let's say, social norms? Also interpersonal norms. Scorpio. I did do, Christina, I did a Scorpio reading for mid-February, I think 2 days ago, and I will be doing March Scorpio readings soon. I did do astrological shorts earlier today. Astrological notes. I did it for Earth. I believe it was Earth and Water. Let's see. So, of course, 6 of Cups is Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy, Leo energy. And I always kind of read, I feel my Knight of Wands is very strongly attuned to Sagittarius energy. For me, the Knight of Wands feels like Sagittarius. So far I have Scorpio, Leo, and Sagittarius. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do tarot. I want to pull out some moon cards. So let's see what I have here. I have fiancé, stingy, and rumors. Not pulling these to clarify the 7 of Wands or the Knight of Wands. Instead, what I'm just doing is pulling these to complement the 6 of Cups. Well, fiancé, I would see that as sort of a relationship, not necessarily so much a state. I see stingy as a state, stingy with someone who, again, you had that soul connection with. Sounds good, Christina. Someone who you had a soul connection with, someone is realizing they were stingy with someone who could have been or was their other half. King and Queen of Wands that I had initially, bottom of the deck energy as I was pulling for this. And rumors. So basically, someone from your past who's realizing the connection you've had. If you ask me, they were stingy with the way they treated you and perhaps the connection you had. That's what I get from this. But rumors, there's some shared grapevines, some shared lines of telephone in which they're able to go and pull information about you. They're listening to what you're doing, at the very least. I am going to clarify Seven of Wands and Knight of Wands. Seven of Wands, I get redundancy. Get Seven of Wands to Seven of Wands. They're like, Seven of Wands for you. Okay. I'm going to pull one more on that. And I have Strength, some more fire. Well, keep in mind, this may not be just entirely a fire sign. It could also just be, again, the energy, someone energetically getting ready to expand their borders for something, for a goal that they realize they have to believe in, right? It's a whole lot of fiery energy building. Oh, this King of Wands did come up after all. So somebody with a whole lot of fire, people. Some more Leo energy, strong Leo energy. But then again, as I said, keep in mind that these are all intense strength. Someone's taking the immense effort to come forward. I do wonder, though, in what energy would this person come forward to? Knight of Wands clarified by King of Wands and a Three of Swords. It's almost like their heart is overflowing. It's a lot of movement, but is it a little chaotic? The more time that goes by, the more they realize what it is they fumbled, the more they wonder what can they do to make things better. Has this person actually healed, other than this person just getting the realization of what they fumbled? I have energy here. This person, by the way, let me say, is on the move, right? This person is gathering information upon you. This person is wondering about how to proceed. But it's not very logical. This person is running on emotion. The good thing I'll say about this energy is that it's not strategic, it's not cold, it's not calculating. I agree, Christina. I definitely agree. So it's the one thing I'm going to say about this King of Wands energy, at least in this particular round that I have here. I have somebody who is running on emotionality, but there's no, the person's still a little stingy, right? Still a little stingy. Person is still a little gossipy person, is bleeding their heart out on their sleeve, right? I'm not saying this person is perfect, but I will say this person is not cold. This person is not strategic. This person is not. I'm also going to say this person, despite all this fire energy too, is not obnoxious. This person is just could be a little boorish, but it's not cold, it's not calculating, it's not deceptive. I don't feel this person is going to be deceptive. So know that as well. Let's get another message. I am actually, I think, going to sound this since I got the King of Wands 3 times. Let's see if we can get another message not around a King of Wands. Give that a second. As my little kitty just goes touching, sleeping. All right. So another message. I have judgment that fell out. I have this 4 of Swords that wants to come out too. You know, the 4 of Swords, if it wants to come out, it will. I'm going to fold that back. We'll focus on judgment. Judgment with the world is pretty intense. I have a realization that can't be ignored. Also to a situation that can't be bypassed. It has to be addressed. 2 of Cups, the Empress. Well, 2 of Cups and the Empress. Could this be a meeting? A delayed meeting? Also, it feels like Empress and 2 of Cups acknowledgement. Especially too with judgment and the world. This feels most like acknowledgement. So I'm going to fold these back. And I'm going to pull 1 tarot from this deck to clarify judgment. I have Hangman. Of course, we have just entered Pisces season, but it could be someone with notable Pisces energy. Could be. We'll find out. Well, let's see. I have some cards that fell. I'm not going to take those. And so I have disinterest, I have sooner, I have broken heart, and I have show off. Well, something is not as it seems with disinterest and show off, masking a broken heart. Something's coming up sooner rather than later. Let's see. I have 2 of Cups. I think we had 2 of Cups before, right? When I was first pulling the initial bottom of the deck energy. 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some judgment, I actually believe this hangman is actually connected to this disinterest. But let me say too, with hangman energy, I do think hangman energy is often miscategorized or almost explained with too much of a heavy hand. I don't think hangman energy is necessarily cold, detached, hanging in the balance, a sacrifice, blah, blah. I really think that a hangman energy is someone who holds back for the right moment. And they're also holding back because they have causes that they believe in so deeply. And while they themselves are figuring out the right way, the right opportunities to move forward, people in hangman energy are not going to move forward on something unless it matches, let's say it's the right opportunity or it matches what they want. So I do think with this disinterest, the disinterest is almost what is appearing at the surface level. And ultimately, what I have here is a broken heart that is not yet ready or doesn't know quite how to take action, the best way to take action. But I do have sooner here, and I have judgment. I have movement that's about to begin. Also, too, hangman is a thinking card. Besides being a timing card, it's a hangman card. Hello, Dwayne. Nice to meet you. And with these following cards that I have here, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, these are very strategic cards. All about how do we present ourselves, which is interesting, again, coming under hangman energy and seemingly disinterested. I have someone on the right way of presentation, the right way to approach, thinking about their whole mode of interaction. And that's ultimately what's under judgment. The question is, with that broken heart, show off, and disinterest coming sooner, is this someone who you know, or is this someone who's a new person? That's the question. I think I'll pull 3 more tarot, because I'm getting someone. Now, this energy is quite strategic. It's quite staged, too. But of course, they're staging it because they don't want to reveal their innards. They don't want to reveal their vulnerabilities. They're really uptight about their vulnerabilities. Let me say that as well. I don't even need to clarify this 2 of Cups. They're uptight about their vulnerabilities. So let's find out, is it a new person? Is it someone you already know? Strength. Wooden spoon. Lovers. Thoughtful. So I have energies that are coming up here. I have Pisces, I have Cancer, I have Aries, I have Taurus, I have Leo. If we're able to take the Lovers as standard tarot, that would be Gemini energy. Wooden spoon. Well, this person definitely has insecurities that they try and mask. wooden spoon with strength. Someone's not all of what they appear to be, but it's also like they're not equipped. Doesn't mean this person, although maybe not equipped in some ways, this person thinks a whole lot. Have a love connection. Lover is clarified by a 6 of Swords. Always had someone else looking for you. And a huge impact. There's a high possibility you could know this person, and this person never really actually developed anything deep with you. There's also a high possibility this is someone who you could go and meet as they are healing. But I have huge impact here. And I have someone who's thoughtful. This person knows you somewhat. You probably know this person somewhat as well. At the very least, if not more. Anyway, that's the energy that I have here. Also, too, I'll call it that I have Aquarius. Aquarius has joined the table of signs. I'll do one more reading, one more message here, and then I'll close out for the night. All right, let me go and shuffle these a little bit. That. Let me just put all these in. And fold these in. All right, the last message of the night. Well, of the morning. Oh, wherever you are. One more message. I have 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords with 6 of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy. How to move forward. Definitely how to move forward. Movement. Also, to the best choices as of now. Best choices as of now to move forward. And let's go and have a card to accompany that. Fresh want to come out. Plot want to come out, but I want to draw. I have single. Well, someone does not have collaboration. Someone is alone. Someone could be actually physically single. Someone is trying to figure out the best way to move forward. 9 of Swords is Gemini energy. Let's see. So I have nasty, the end, and commit. Someone is single and they don't like it. One could say that they're actually torn between the state of being single, the state of being alone as well. Doesn't feel like it was that pleasant being in a partnership, but it's also not very pleasant being by themselves. Also, too, one would think, what is true commitment? What really constitutes the energy of commitment? How concrete is even the idea of commitment if you have an end? Is there energies that are coming up in this spread? That came out. I will say it gets better. Nine of Swords also has, and single also has magic, contact, and money. So let me say that for some of you, could very well be people who are single, and you came out of a situation that wasn't the greatest. Something about that commitment wasn't the greatest. What was offered to you in so-called committed energy was not the greatest. There's an aftertaste here that I'm getting, and that aftertaste is nasty. Whatever was the end that came to a single state. But what I will say is that although you may not be sure about the direction to go on or how to best move forward, I don't think you have to worry that much about it. Magic, contact, and money. Is there a rich opportunity coming up your way? There are better opportunities coming up your way. Now that you have ended a nasty situation. Let's find out a little bit more. Okay, so this, I think I got the message here. So for some of you, the message this applies to, I have singles, and I do have an end. You had an end with someone that wasn't pleasant. As I said, even the aftertaste is not nice. I do think that the ending that you had, there was a promise. I mean, you were there with that person in committed energy. It wasn't necessarily just something that was friendship or this or that. I mean, there is the expectation of certain types of actions and certain types of energy and certain types of boundaries that would be respected. I don't think that was respected at all. I think that was respected not even in name only. Once the situation or once you got to know a little bit more. I do think now in your single state, things are going to new things are going to open up for you. So first of all, don't have the worry about where to go or how to go, what will happen, and so forth. I think things are just going to go and work themselves out. Now that you've gotten rid of that nasty energy, you have luck on your side. That's coming through in some way. What I will also say that I do see stinks and dirty. I have a King of Swords and a Queen of Cups. Are these two cards? I think they're two cards. I do have two cards. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. I think for some of you, you have to be aware of that past person coming back. There still is a love offer. Someone's still in romantic energy towards you, and I don't really think that's to your benefit. I mean, of course, take it as you will, right? But if somebody was nasty to you to begin with, I think that they're not necessarily going to have a change of heart no matter what they may say. Okay. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. Someone's going to try and get you back in romantic energy, back in committed energy. I don't think that's to your benefit. I think if you ended something, ended a commitment with someone, and that was nasty, it's best to stay single because you're going to go and find a lot more prosperity now with that dead weight gone. Do not be fooled. You know, it feels like Ace of Swords just isn't words. You know, King of Swords, Ace of Swords. I'm going to say this just isn't empty words. I do feel this person coming up, this past person of yours coming up, the past person you had an ending with coming up. I do feel that they would also try and get you back into romantic energy, committed energy through actions as well. But I wouldn't trust it. It's not worth trusting. This person had their chance. That is the message I have for you. All right? I'm going to close out this one. Until the next time, everybody, I am wishing you a beautiful night, a beautiful day. Thank you so much for the likes, sending you lots of love. And until the next, aware and beware. Be well, everybody. Bye-bye.